The Minnesota Vikings head coaching search is expanding to include Rams defense coordinator Raheem Morris. Jeremy Fowler, ESPN Go. The Vikings have placed an interview request with Rams DC Raheem Morris. Per source, Morris's defense was lights out in the playoff game Monday night. Raheem Morris was the Buccaneers head coach from 2009 to 2011 and was also Falcons interim in 2020 after they booted Dan Quinn after an 0-5 start. Ironically, his first game as Falcons interim head coach was the ass kicking of the Vikings Week 6 at US Bank Stadium, which should have been the final game of the Zimmer regime, by the way, because there was a bye right after, but whatever there. The Vikings also saw Morris and the Rams this year, Week 16 at US Bank Stadium, as the Vikings defense picked off Stafford 3 times, but Morris' defense stifled Cousins and Kubiak, because why should you win when you have plus 3 in turnovers? But whatever. Plus, like Fowler mentioned, it certainly helps that the Rams defense kicked the crap out of the Cardinals on Monday night. Woo! Getting after, man. Let's talk about Raheem Morris today. Background, 45 years young. Played some college ball at Hofstra. Back in the day. Alma mater of Bobby Axelrod. Started coaching at Hofstra and Cornell in the late 90s. Cornell, perhaps you've heard of it, bumped up to the Bucs in 2002 on John Gruden's staff. Worked under Mike Tomlin, who was then defensive backs coach at the time. Eventually became Bucs head coach in 2009 after Gruden was fired. And he went 17-31 during 3 seasons with the Bucs. But it was highlighted by a 10-win 2010 season where his quarterback was Vikings legend Josh Freeman. And I bring that up just as an excuse to use the greatest gif of all time, the best. The best. Everyone says so. After being fired, he went from Washington to Atlanta, where he took over as interim head coach for the Falcons after, like we said, DQ was fired. And Morris's time in Tampa Bay didn't quite work out, but it's clear that he learned a lot from his 3 seasons on the job there with the Bucs. The Falcons last year made some smart game management decisions. He was being considered to take over the job before it ultimately went to Arthur Smith. They went 4-7 last year, not because Morris was bad, it's because they were bereft of talent, and they still are. And then he joined McVay and the Rams this year. Rams defense has been hovering middle of the pack in most of the statistical categories, but have been devastatingly opportunistic. And also, it's kind of easy to coordinate a defense when you got Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey and Von Miller, but whatever there. The Vikings are now up to 8 confirmed interview requests. 3 have previous head coaching experience in Raheem Morris, Dan Quinn, and Todd Bowles. All of them are from a defensive background. As far as OC goes, maybe he doesn't bring Kevin O'Connell with him from the Rams. They can block a lateral move, even though it would be a play calling move, because since Sean McVay, the boy wonder, does things with the Rams. But maybe Rams assistant quarterback coach Zach Robinson, who is seen as a bright young offensive mind, gets the gig calling plays for Raheem's offense. Also important to note that Greg Olson and Rich Bisaccia, both of the Raiders this year, were on his initial 2009 staff with the Bucs. So if Raheem does get the job, maybe Las Vegas East, who knows? But the Vikings are truly leaving no stone unturned. I love it or respect it. And like we said, have an open mind. Even though people may be against head coaches that have not gotten it done before, you can still learn. You can still grow. It's just like Belichick getting the time of day with the Patriots after his whole Browns thing. Even though he took the Browns to the playoffs and he won a playoff game with the Browns. Woo! That's right, man. And Morris is regarded as a player's coach and a solid leader. I think that he would certainly boost morale in the locker room, because how could it get worse? Even though that's famous last words for Vikings fans. Like, how could it be worse? That's right. But I think that Morris, if he did get the job, would get them playing good football in very short order. I think that he is a solid leader of men, and we'll go from there. But your thoughts are our thoughts. Vikings request interview with Raheem Morris, Rams DC, for their head coaching vacancy. Let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.